Hello and welcome to another Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup tournament. We have today xirtanul facing off against PlasmaKappa. We have an inverted key sanity today, so I'm hoping for some excitement. I want to introduce also my co-commentator Ravis and shout out to Tally doing our tracking today. Say hi.
Hello, you guys, and what's up, Seto? So, what do you think is going to happen in this seed today? What do you want?
Well, as I was kind of discussing earlier, I'm really hoping for a good hookshot troll. We've seen a lot of trolley hammers lately, trolley ice rods. Let's do a hookshot. Have a change up.
All right, so I think you have a specific chest before Moldon 2 in your mind? Or is that too trolley?
I'd like to see it behind Ice Armos and make Swamp Palace a pendant, personally. But I'm just a little crazy like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah, how about you? What do you want to see troll him today?
Well, how about the dream? Having the hookshot, the GG big key, and the bow behind the Ice Armos. That sounds...
All three? Maybe asking for...
Just happening if we have Eastern Pod and Swamp as pendants, but you know, dreaming.
Kind of unlikely, but I'd really love to see something like that.
I think actually I would let the runners give me the seed, and if I dislike people, I would send him the seed. So
and what are we spelling?
Whoops. Also, sorry. Welcome from my side as well. I'm still working on xirtanul's cropping because he just fixed it pretty much. So still working on it. It's still not perfect, but he's getting there slowly but surely. He's making it.
Don't worry, Tress. You'll get there. I think everybody's fine.
Right, and just for the record, that is Tresco, our loyal restreamer here, even on the week of GDQ, getting these matches out. GG's to him. And we're off, it looks like.
I gotta compass the desert palace in the Link's house.
Well, after that usefulness, we're heading to the Dark Chapel, probably heading to the Skullwoods area.
Makes sense. You can get bombs there for Hype Cave and all the good stuff.
Right, real quick, easy bombs. Can even get some quick kills if they want for a statue pool. Even farm most of the items out of there. Now, being Key Sanity, we're not limited to 2 items in Skull Woods. Every chest is a potential item.
And that's a good thing with Key Sanity in Inverted. Having required more filler fight with low hearts is pretty unusual, since you have to have all small keys, and Key Sanity has obviously the potential to have those keys there.
Right. That also removes the potential threat of having to do a 3-heart blind per se as well, because you got to find that big key.
And the small key as well to have it in logic.
Yes. We got our first item of progression here in Skullwoods. We got power gloves already.
That immediately makes me think of Death Mountain.
Yeah, for logic purposes, we'll have to find a...
Wow.
Ooh.
So actually,
I was just going to say...
I think he might... Alright, he's trying the bomb jump. He could have also just died and go back to the respawn point, but he gets a nice bomb jump for 10 arrows.
Hey, that's a big key that's never required, but it's always nice to have nice and early. Just take it off your mind. It's one of those big chests you do not have to isolate.
True.
Now, seeing that power glove, I would not be surprised to see a lantern in their very near future to send them logically up Death Mountain as well.
Yeah. I feel like Key Sanity or inverted Key Sanity seeds tend to send you up to Death Mountain a lot of times, and surprisingly enough, give you a lot of times the 2 small keys for the castle tower there.
Right, and those chests as well will have additional items in it, so we could very well see an Aggie tower dip without having to completely kill the guy.
So, what do you think? How hype is Hype Cave gonna be this?
I've seen a lot of inverted key sanities actually have a pretty decent hype cave, so we'll see what happens in here.
I'm gonna call it 7 out of 10.
I'll take
see.
that. 7 out of 10.
Heart piece. A big heart. Mitts. All right. And the moon pearl. All right. I think that's something you definitely want to.
Yes, that combination right there. When they head back to Village of Outcasts, they can immediately hit that light world. There's a treasure trove there.
And also, when they sequence break Death Mountain, we have Paradox Cave and all the good things with the mitts. We can just take the portal. No, wait, we still need the. Oh no, we can actually jump down and take the portal downwards and check all the good things there.
Yes, Titan's Myths, while not being a required item in Key Sanity, only logically unlocks King's Tomb, but also gives them great routing prospects.
All right, what are those?
Those are some go fast buttons.
All right, I think this seed might give you the boots for a trolley seed, so think it's fast, but you know, it's key.
Yeah.
You'll get that Swamp Small Kill or whatever somewhere ridiculous.
Xirtanul is taking a shot with the arrow game, gonna try to farm up some rupees before he hits Kakariko.
Ooh, but he missed a couple of shots and he's out of money right.
Yep, ends 4 rupees less than when he started. So I mean, it doesn't always pan out.
But with those mitts, he can check Village of Outcasts. Pretty good.
Yes, he can. I'm surprised he didn't grab that frog on his way through. Just turn him in along the way.
True. So what I have in mind is you get mitts, you get the moon pearl, and the boots. So I think King's Tomb is an interesting point because this is definitely mitts locked in.
Yes, definitely. That is a very solid breadcrumb considering those mitts only uniquely unlock that one location, like we mentioned. Plasma is making that dip in, get those first 4 items out of Thieves Town. That's all he'll be able to get until he finds a big key, but still 4 items.
There's our map for Misery Mine, so we're gonna know if that is a required dungeon.
Yes, in Key Sanity, our crystal locations are actually hidden until we find those maps to reveal them. And interestingly enough, you technically need the map and compass for a dungeon to be unlockable in Key Sanity.
Although you sometimes might find the map on the actual boss. I saw that. So I hope when PlasmaKappa is going to Hype Cave that he's not gonna skip on Stumpy, because that's not a nice way to go back, and it's such a good save and quit. Because he would skip his boots, and that might cost him.
Right, he's gonna spend 30 rupees here, but he'll still have enough for that arrow game to try to hit that digging game and probably just loop around. So that's what we're hoping for. Both our runners have a sword now, by the way.
And they got a flute there in the chest gap.
Yes, and inverted, that flute is going to get them plenty of Dark World travel time, but they are still going to have to go to the Light World to activate it.
Yeah, but if he's getting his mitts and his moon pearl, I think the temptation is so big to go into the Light World to activate the flute that he might at least get his boots a little later. Although he's right here, he could go after the digging game to Stumpy.
Plasma's taking his shot with the arrow games, hit 3 so far.
Alright, that was clean.
There's actually a pretty easy to use strategy if you take a few times to practice it. You stand right where he was and line it up, your arrow shots right when the hand passes the second curtain. Makes it pretty easy.
Ooh, half magic. That's good to have.
Yes, another high priority item that's not technically required, but always a great have.
So yeah, basically, when you're playing inverted and you're gonna get your lightward access, things get pretty much as usual opens or standard seats. You gotta go to Captorico, get all your items, South Shore, and all the good locations, and see where you're at.
Oh.
Well, there goes your hookshot.
Ah, the dream is dead. I'll think of a new one. Fortunately, he is going to pick up enough money here. He can't hit that bottle vendor while he's here.
He's gonna be close on bombs, though. He's gonna just having 2 bombs. Could farm some bombs in the bombable hut down left. Meanwhile, PlasmaKappa is gonna get his boots.
Yes, and I imagine he'll be right on Xirtanul's toes, straight into that light world after this.
Triple giving us just some arrows.
Looks like Plasma's actually going to take the mountain path. Maybe. Nope, he's just checking the bumper cave out. And I actually missed what was up there. He did it so quick.
I didn't see it either. Alright, is Aghanim 1 required, at least item-wise? It is $300. Alright.
So yeah, quite a large bounty on Aggie's head, but probably not something these runners are going to go after actively.
No, not needed. And our tracker Thales told us that there was just a heart on bumper left.
Well, that invalidates our...
And a big key of Ice Palace. I guess that's good to have, since we usually can beat Ice Palace without any keys, even though it's not in logic. But having the Ice Palace big key is so good because you can jack that Ice Palace big chest and like the Skullwoods big chest, as you said, it's out of the.
Hey there, though, we got some literacy, and that is 9 times out of 10 a required item for inverted.
Hell yeah, that book has so much value. It's kind of one of the Ice Rod items. And
Alright, here comes our King's Tomb. Oh, just a compass, though. Plasma makes his 300 rupee check on Lumberjack, and we're getting back of escape from Xirtanul. Okay, so nothing too fancy yet. We did get our first of 6 possible pod keys, though. We'll need at least 4 of those with a bow and hammer yump knowledge. If, of course, pod is required. We do not know yet.
I mean, for now, it's not too interesting, although we have logical access through the flute, actually. But you don't want to go there. As you said, you want to have 4 or 5 small keys up. And the big key, obviously.
Yes, and once we start getting a few more of those keys, though, Palace of Darkness and notably also Misery Mire, being Key Sanity, have so many possible item checks.
It's just important to keep in mind how many pod keys you need to have which chest in logic. Like this one key gives us for sure access to, I think, 2 chests, the bridge chest and the one in the basement with the 4 stairs. And you could find something like the bow there.
All right, Xirtanul's goose is loose. We'll see where he goes next. Probably just heading down to the south to finish off the village.
So far, we didn't see what Misery Mire was yet. And PlasmaKappa saving quits after doing the back of escape. I wonder where he's going.
I didn't see. Did he? Ooh, we got a. By the way, a pin that on Misery Mire. Did he do the sanctuary chest too?
He didn't. I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I didn't see it.
I mean, he might have gone there, but I was watching, to be fair, on Xirtanul. But we have a crystalline ice palace and a red pendant in Mire.
Nothing on the maze game, so we're heading south.
Just 3 bombs in K45.
Yep, however, Xirtanul is going to pick those up, only being at 4 bombs. Sometimes it's nice to find a bomb refill, especially this early.
Oh yeah. So already with that half magic, Ice Palace is looking not too scary as soon as we can enter or possibly finish the dungeon. But Xirtanul is just going to desert first. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, we're just 1 fire source short of full clear on desert. Might as well check it out for now. That book being a nice breadcrumb, and of course this Bombos tablet. Nothing of value though.
Well, you know what? I don't know. He could have just gone the regular South Shore. Since he has the flute and the mitts, he could have gone from the Mire area and that. But I still think this is a fine place.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that with that. Ooh, that's Bombos. With that, we could technically fake Flipper over to Ice Palace.
Yeah, but do you really want to go Ice Palace without the hammer?
No. Even if we did, we're still at 6 hearts. We want to get a little stronger first as well.
For sure. Doing this checkerboard cave without the mirror is so strange. Alright, PlasmaKappa activating his flute, sorry.
Yes. 300 bucks on the desert ledge, and we are heading in.
We're gonna get our first hint in here.
Now, players in Key Sanity really like to check these hint tiles. One of these tiles will have the hint for the location of that Ganon's Tower big key.
Yeah, usually you like to see also the boots in, but since we got the boots right next to Link's house, this is not a thing.
Yeah, and once again, when a seed's being that nice, you gotta start asking, what are your trolls?
Oh,
hey!
Wow. Alright, I think that was the boots in. Unique
Very well
item
could
on
have been.
someone friendly. Sounds like stump. So
with important items like hookshot and red cane already in your pocket, got to start reevaluating what our troll item's going to be. And I'm going to say a fire source, specifically fire rod.
So you think that there might be one fire item locking the...
Yeah, and it looks like xirtanul's going to be stealing a key from Desert. Check that other side.
Ooh, that's an interesting play. I like it.
It's a play I'm very fond of in Inverted. Did he check with the bomb merchant to see what his red crystals were on Plasma side?
He did not. So as our tracker shows us, it's Desert and Turtle Rock. So I guess he...
Okay, so then yeah, he probably did. I always look at that stuff like half a second too late.
So just a heart piece in the chest of the dam. Let's see what's under the water.
It's our second pod key, though.
And the second Turtle Rock key for us, at least. Because we got one in Desert and the second one flooded with the water. Alright, Mini Moldom Cave. What do you have for us? 5 items. It's always a pleasure to come here.
Alright, so fetch quest, but we did get a Master Sword.
Isn't that a fetch quest as well, kinda?
Yeah, it's not too far out of the way. It's not as bad as an inverted mushroom, at least.
Sure. I mean, it's still, like, we know what's on Bombo's tablet, but Ether tablet is only logic with the hammer and inverted.
Yeah, that whole section's just harder to get to in inverted mode.
There's a small key for Misery Mire, and that's... So I wonder if xirtanul is gonna set up the water walk, maybe go to Zora, but he's a bit short on money, could check some things there, which PlasmaKappa did not, but he's going for the Death Mountain play.
That makes sense. It's in logic with that flute. And I mean, he's got those Titan's mitts, so he can get to the light world side. He's got that hook shot. He can do hook shot cave. He can get eyes on the Turtle Rock medallion. So just so we know what it is in case we have to dip it.
Actually, we can dip pretty nicely. We got two small keys. We got a cane. We got Bombo. So I wonder if we have to go in there for maybe the...
Would not surprise me.
On the other hand, we still have around, what, 12 or 13 items or whatever here on Dark East Death Mountain and Death Mountain. Alright, and I think xirtanul did do the water walk, or is he just gonna or walking back to Desert?
Possibly.
Looks like a Desert play to me, at least.
He might also be heading up towards Sahasrara in the Eastern Palace area, maybe.
It's interesting. We're gonna see that soon. Or front escape, also a thing.
Ah, he's gonna go check that shovel spot real quick.
Ooh, that could be big. So, if I remember correctly, the alt mail didn't have a single... We're getting another hint tile in here in Spectacle. There's a confirmation about Desert and Turtle Rock being the red crystal.
Plasma's setting up for a very difficult bomb jump. Almost gets it.
Ooh, I think he was 1 pixel too far to the left. That was a really close one.
Yeah, it's one that I cannot pull consistently. Xirtanul's actually going to be doing Uncle and Secret Passage. Might be taking the dip and the escape as well.
It's a good timing. He's got 5 hearts. He can Death Warp back and probably check an Eastern. Might be doing the Dark Room in there as well, if he's comfortable.
Meanwhile, here we go in the most item-dense overworld location in the game, Paradox Cave. The quote-unquote new hype cave.
It is for sure. Not too hype on the first part, but the juicy second part is what you want to see. Oh wow, and there's Tempered.
Speaking of juicy, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep, we've seen a castle tower key. Got us another pod key too. Now that one castle tower key does open up the possibility at least to get both chests at Aghanim's tower. Of course, we will need the lantern to put the second one in logic.
So there is this weird chance we got that castle tower. In standard and open, you can have the hammered pyramid fairy and have a required Aghanim seed. In inverted though, this can only happen with the mirror.
Speaking of hammer.
Oh my god. What a convenient place to find it.
Right, maybe a little dead rocked out, but we'll wait for that. That hammer does open up some places.
So speaking of trolls, I like the idea. Oh my god.
Was that a second sword?
It was a second sword in his cave.
Nice. All right, here comes your ether tablet.
All right, I'm in love with that troll of a me, having it at the pyramid fairy, having to do Aghanim. I really like that thinking. And Xirtanul forgetting Agathor is somewhere else. That's not something you can enter here. This is
Xirtanul basically saying, okay, Ganon, I got Butter Sword. I'll go ahead and fight you. And what was that hint requiring green pendant?
I didn't see it. But I'm sure we're gonna get that pretty soonish. But Harasova didn't have too much. I think the Desert Bicky, which we definitely... Was it in here or was it in Paradox Cave?
I believe it was in Hera.
And Eastern, by the way, is all green pendant, so it's vanilla. Is this even right?
And did we just get the other 2 medallions both in Sashi's closet?
Yes, we did.
Well, no more having to rush to eat the medallion checks.
And thank you, Tress, for telling us. Green pendant is just some...
Green pendant is cash, and we also just found out green pendant is Eastern.
So you might as well want to dip Eastern at that point. It's a pendant. You don't want to finish it at all. You're gonna leave 2 checks behind with Big Chest and Armor's Knights. Well, Xirtanul doesn't know, but we know Green Planet is nothing unless Pedestal has something which is always hype. We're not gonna see Eastern again, I think.
At the very least, though, we do have that book if we want to find out.
Yeah, and Xirtanul trying to get into Agatar, which is actually done by PlasmaKappa. He found the right end. Gonna get that first chest.
We'll see if he goes through the dark and gets that second one. And he is not. He is not. That chest, though.
All right, so I wonder if we're gonna find a hint. The unique item is in Agatar, because that single arrow is a unique item.
That single arrow is my favorite unique item, actually.
It's the mighty arrow.
And Xirtanul deciding he wanted those bombs at the last second.
As we see, Quake is needed for Turtle. So I imagine when PlasmaKappa comes to Sahasrara, sees his ether probably first, thinking, nah, that's not what I want to see, and 2 seconds later he's like, alright, whatever.
And we just found out our pod Big Key is going to be in Swamp Palace. Plasma, meanwhile, picks up a second shield up on the mountain.
That's interesting. Is it left side swamp? Did it say left side or just swamp?
I think it said left side.
Okay. I think that's a better hint than just swamp, because I would be scared to have that in the early first chest and then blocking the actual swamp small key to have a forced double dip into swamp. There's our spike cave access.
Right, convenient, right here on the mountain. I wonder if he'll go ahead and do it. Half magic, why not?
There's absolutely no reason to skip it, and I think PlasmaKappa's item locations are slowly getting
Yeah, he has definitely whittled down the mountain, but hey, a lot of progression for the mountain on said mountain, so...
Although you have to remember, we can full clear Ice Palace, although it's not completely in logic, but with the Bombers medallion, which he doesn't have right now, but you know he's gonna go desert soon, and the big key we can full clear that out of logic.
All right, flute in hand. Where are we going, Plasma?
Yeah, he's gonna look at the Meyer medallion. Oh, that's what the bomb was for. All right. Oh no.
Well, I mean, if we got to do that coffee break, I got coffee in hand. We're ready for it.
I don't think our runners wanted to see that.
No, nobody ever really wants to see that. Here comes our desert play.
Yeah, and PlasmaKappa has the big key for Desert Palace, so we might see a full clear of that dungeon and skipping the right set. I think there was nothing too important.
Well, that's actually not entirely possible yet. They have to have a fire source to get in.
Yes,
Nemola.
but watch that, watch that big chest having a lamp or something.
That would be ironic. I would love that. But yes, that does give us big chest access at least. So
interesting. I think Xirtanul did Yeah, he didn't check the spec rock hint. I don't remember exactly what that hint was. But I understand it because he's on 1 heart. And you
I
don't want
wonder
to
real
do
quick, is Plasma going to go back to Misery Mire now that he picked up that Bombos medallion? It's out of logic, but if he knows the dark rooms, he can... Oh, he doesn't have the cane yet either.
Yeah, he has to go into desert first to finish. I wonder if he knows that Misery Mire is a pendant.
Possibly not. I believe it was certain map check.
Yeah, xirtanul did definitely check it, but both have the maps from Misery Mire. It was super early on in the sea.
Plasma is going to go ahead and take that frog home, though.
So what do we have left? I mean, there are still a couple of things we didn't see. We didn't see Mire at all. Pot.
Yeah, we'd have to know some more dungeon requirements as far as crystals go, but we know for sure we'll probably need at least the bow and at least the fire rod.
Yes. And I think, well, we don't know for sure. We have 1 pendant left, but how high is the chance that Swamp is being the pendant for?
That's an ice rod at least. Probably at this point gonna need the flippers for Swamp, unless it's our 3rd pendant as well.
Yes. So I think we're gonna get a Turtle Rock place soon on xirtanul.
Yeah, xirtanul can do it. He's got the Cane of Samaria. Speaking of items, we're getting our hammer pig check now. And just $20 though.
All right, I think there's something in Turtle Rock to be honest.
Yeah, their options
Got the
are
feeling.
down.
I mean, we still have things like Catfish, Pod, even Zora is in logic with the glow, and we got 2 of them.
Plasma, you're gonna have to flute to Mire. Oh, that's right. He picked up the hammer. I'm a derp.
Alright, if that chest contains something valuable, that could be pretty. And xirtanul is saving quitting. He's not gonna go to Turtle Rock at all. Oh, actually, oh yeah, I forgot about that. He has to go this way. Never mind.
Did you see what that purple chest had? Got us some
I
water.
think that was some flippers, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my. So if those flippers would lead to the mirror, that is a really awkward way to get this.
Those flippers also just put Ice Palace into logic. Especially once Plasma goes and picks that cane up.
xirtanul also not doing the second chest. I understand that you want to have the lamp or at least the fire to let the torch.
Yeah, with absolutely nothing really behind it but Aggie. It's a pretty easy chest to rule out sequentially, at least, as far as logic goes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, PlasmaKappa is gonna be a real soldier for Hyrule Castle and getting 2 sword upgrades.
Right, that butter sword might be icing on the cake, but that tempered sword at least will be very appreciated.
Well, I understand people saying they don't want to see the butter, but, you know, I'd rather see butter than a big 20, I guess.
I mean, right? And just because the damage doesn't always really pay off as much as the upgrade the tempered, that butter sword still has some increased range.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of Zero Cyclotronics, so if you have the boots and butter, go.
Right, and that is possible. They have those boots, like you said. All right, Zertinal's making your play into Turtle Rock now. We'll see what we get.
One day we will have a bag of Sahasrara where all 3 medallions. One day. So interestingly enough, as Taleo Tracker said, Zertinal definitely has to find the small key for Desert Palace since he stole the key. And PlasmaKappa didn't check Desert Palace at all for now. So he might, if he's gonna go there for the Cane of Sumerian, he might go and finish this dungeon. Ooh. Zertinal is pretty low.
Ooh, buddy. Careful with the chomps, bud.
Red, this heart will not save you at all, but you know,
It's a comfort heart.
yeah. Makes your beeping go. Ooh!
Well, so does that. Poor Zertinal. Have to try again.
I was thinking about it. Yeah, he could have used that burner and half magic. I think that would have been a fair play, but I understand you want to save that.
Yeah, it's also not something that always immediately clicks. Chain chomp room's a room you want to try to get through as quick as possible before those chomps really start getting out of sync and charging at you.
Yeah, and PlasmaKappa doing the dark room here in the sewers. I wonder what we're gonna find in here. I don't think so.
Oh, and he had the setup for the double switch with the Cane of Samaria, but that chain chomp blocked a shot.
Ooh.
Oh man. Well, there's our unique item in Turtle Rock.
Again being lone hard. So interesting. He's got the lamp, and PlasmaKappa got the small key for hair. So I wonder if we can combine those two.
Yes, and painfully, that did put Desert Palace in logic if he hadn't stole that key. But we know they'll both have to find it because that Cane of Samaria to begin with. Which, let's think about that for a minute. They had to have Samaria to get the lamp to get into the back of Desert. So Desert Small should be available right now.
No, the Cane of Samaria was on the torch. We don't need this.
Oh, it was on the torch? Okay. And he's going to Deathwork.
But watch that small key. Watch that small key be in the big chest or some trolley location where you don't expect it.
Oh, we got a hint on the other item for left side swamp. We just got Cash's item too.
Two hints for the pot, big key. Interesting. So we're gonna get that second chest in Aga Tower.
Definitely. We're already up here. I mean, why not?
A red boomerang and ice pellet. Alright, that makes Ice Palace completely clearable and in luck. This one small key. We got the hookshot and we got the Cane of Samaria, so the only small key we even might find outside of GT is this one small key.
And a Cash and Ice Palace hint.
That's not something you want to see.
Here we go, Ice Palace bomb jump.
The infamous bomb jump in Ice Palace. Gets it done really nicely. Alright, xirtanul going to Meyer, I think. He can't full clear it, but he could at least check everything besides the big chest and...
Right, our third and final Ice Palace hint.
Thanks, game.
Yeah, there was that. xirtanul heading into Misery Mire.
I mean, in Key Sanity, Misery Mire is a really, really item-dense look.
Yes, it is. It's not clearable without that big key, but there are so many chests you can get to. And there's our potential some Cash and Ice Palace.
xirtanul using that powder pretty good. PlasmaKappa has to be careful in a lot of ways right now here in Ice. He doesn't have that powder.
No, he does not. And there's bombs. So still nothing really valuable here yet.
Just 20 rupees in the first chest of Misery.
Right, time for a very slow to set up cutscene chest.
And there's that Turtle Rock map, so we might see soon if this is the last pendant or if it is a crystal. Ooh, and the Turtle Rock big key in Ice Palace big chest.
Well, now we have value.
And Zara Zelda, this is inverted key sanity normal. Alright, so Big Fairy is dead. Ooh, and a magic K, but I think we saw the bumper ledge and it was kind of nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing on the bumper ledge. It's still a potent safety, though. They've got half magic, so I would not be surprised to see it used. Nothing else, maybe a quick Ganon fight. I mean, they do have better sword, but you never know when it could help. Speaking of butter sword, we're about to get a very quick cold stare fight.
I mean, Lamp and Total Rock is not nice, but getting the butter sword this early and so easy to access is kind of...
Definitely. We picked up a swag net.
Alright, last check in Meyer for certain.
And to answer chat, I would really say nobody's really ahead. There's always some sort of small lead here and there, but I never call ahead until someone's hit go mode at the very least. Even then, it can be pretty close.
You can talk about advantages.
Yeah, both runners have knowledge and items that the others don't, so...
The only thing which we know as a fact is PlasmaKappa is the first one after 48 minutes who's got a...
Yes, right under 49 minutes, Plasma has our first crystal.
And
xirtanul does have a couple other items like Lamp, so it's really just impossible to tell.
So I would give PlasmaKappa the big advantage of checking the purple chest, which had the flippers. That is a massive thing, I think.
xirtanul's heading in the pod. Here's another very high density location.
Alright, Hobo had, I think, just a compass, right? Oh no. This is not true.
Man! Well, if this wasn't Key Sanity, we would know it's bow locked with a bow.
So, this bow in this particular location reminds me of a best of 3 in another tournament month where we had a match, or not me, but 2 others, and I watched it. And in the game 1 and game 2, they were back to back, and the bow was in this spot twice in a row in Key Sanity, I think it was. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it was at least in this specific spot. So yeah, that's not a spot you want to have the bow in, unless you find it early.
Yes, and especially if we find out the pod is indeed a crystal, which high likelihood that it is. I really hope Plasma does not try to put that off until he finds it. Hey, there's a big...
Wow.
Scamfish holding the big key of evil's bane. So much diversity in this race.
Alright. xirtanul's gonna check that chest. I wonder if he's gonna go for the boss first. That would make sense. But he's
not. Does not have the big key yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're totally right. So everything here in the back is, or at least everything behind this is in, but everything else is only, no, let me think. We have the first door, we have the door for the vanilla big key as a for small keys. We have technically the boss if you could get the big key.
Yeah, we could technically open the small down there, so that leaves 2 doors maximum.
Ooh, and a vanilla pot key.
Do you know how often I see that happen too?
Yeah, it's pretty often. I mean, 6 keys, there's a big chance for this to happen. And since he's opening this door and finding a big key for Meyer, alright, this is a pen and you don't want to see that big key, but, you know, you're gonna take it. I think we're gonna see a bomb jump soon here. Or not.
I almost had my hopes up that that was the pod big key when I seen a big key.
But I guess you remembered pretty fast that there is this pod key on the left side.
Yeah, I forgot that when I seen that.
Ooh, look
Ooh.
at that.
Well, I'm 0 for 2 today. That's a fire rod and our first bottle in the Dark Maze of Pod. Logically behind Turtle Rock today, too.
Yes, and that makes me wonder if the game wants us now to go back to Turtle Rock to check something, I don't know, something weird. So we know where the Turtle Rock big key is, at least. It is an ice palace and the big chest. We still need to, at least, yeah, we technically need two small keys for Turtle Rock to have Trinex. But in Inverted, if you have the mirror, which you don't have just yet, you can skip a lot of doors, or at least keys, opening the door.
That was several crystals I seen on that map. What I did not see is a crystal for Skull Woods. So is that our third pendant, possibly?
It could be. I do not think we know what is Hera.
Yes, Hera's our other unknown still.
I mean, we knew Turtle Rock is a red.
I am pretty sure, though, I've seen crystal on the Swamp Palace at the very least. So that means our only remaining item at the very least would be mirror.
Ooh, and there's a big key on the ledge, and it's Eastern. That's also something you don't want to see.
Now.
Alright, so with these big keys in such trolley spots, I wonder if there's something on that nice pedestal. Like, if, like, I see a Swamp Palace small key or something on the pedestal. Meanwhile, PlasmaKappa getting both medallions and now knows, alright, green pendant is been. To answer a question in chat, we know where the bow is, and you're gonna see that on PlasmaKappa's side pretty soon, but it could have not been since Eastern is a green pendant. Meanwhile, xirtanul is gonna take his fire rod and is gonna finish Skull.
Why not? It's quick and easy at this point. Butter Sword will just tear him off the shreds.
And for xirtanul's side, I think he just knows what the green pen is and the two red crystals are because he didn't map check, or only at the start. So it makes total sense for him to just finish this dungeon and hope it's a.
Yeah, xirtanul did peek at the map and did not mark anything on his personal tracker, so if he finishes this and sees that it's a pendant, then he'll know everything else is basically a crystal anyway.
So those are two new checks. Sorry to interrupt you.
And it's probably one of my favorite safety items, that blue mail.
Yeah, right when he wanted to take Death Warp, but he was low enough to just getting two-hitted. And to answer your question in chat, no, we are not in go mode yet, and not even in no mode, I think, because we still don't know if Swamp is needed for a crystal or not. And even if it is not, then Hera is a crystal, which we still need the big key for.
Yeah, we'll need a big key for Hera, for Pod, for Thieves Town at the very least. If Swamp is needed, we'll also need a small key for that dungeon. We'll also need it. Well, maybe I believe we'll technically need one more Turtle Rock small key, because they'll need both the small keys they have to get to the necessary items deep in the dungeons.
Technically, yes, but if we find the mirror, we can immediately go to Trinet.
We can, but that still requires one small key to get to the through that back
Yes.
door.
So I heard there's a boss in Skowitz. Did you see that? I just saw a crystal just drop him down.
I think it's just a nasty rumor. Mothula is not real.
I wish that would count for my seat. So Skullwoods was a crystal. I'm starting to wonder if that mirror is not in GT and Swamp is a pen. Because we have only Swamp and Tower of Hera left. And Xirtanul still has to bother where this small key for Desert Palace is.
Oh yes, I forgot we need that. See, to agree with chat, I thought Swamp was a crystal as well, but I did not get to look at it long enough to confirm it, so I cannot say yes or no for sure. And on his tracker, he has not marked it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either, but if it is not a crystal, wait. Xirtanul was just fake flippering to ice, but he didn't want to continue as it looks like.
I believe he was going by muscle memory. With Ice Palace, your only entry's in the Dark World, really.
Yeah. Where was that ice rod? That wasn't Ether Tablet or what?
Ice Rod was on our Smith. And then Flipper was on Purple Chest after that.
Oh wow, so oh my god, these Smiths today, the Smith chain and Gen. So yeah, he's gonna look for those two items with the fire rod.
Solid play before you write the whole section off. Probably thinking real hard about his next few dungeon choices too. He's still got Ice Palace he can go to.
Well, he still needs the flippers, but he could go there if he, Oh wait,
right.
fake flippering is not too easy in this mode. That's
right. This has been a very diverse seed, I have to say. These runners have such different items right now.
Certainly going up to Turtle Rock, checking those 2 fire locked items and getting 3 bombs and a heart piece. That's not something you want to.
Nope, been taking a good minute to think.
Alright, Certainly, where are you going next? That looks like the Smith chain.
Right, that is exactly what he needs to do right now.
And I would say, wait, where's he going? Oh, I think he's gonna go for the digging game. He didn't have the money at the store.
Correct. I would not be surprised to see him do that Smith, though, directly afterwards.
So luckily for those runners, the ice rod is on Jeremiah the Smith, and the flippers are on the purple chest, and not the other way around, because that could have been bad. Taking just the flippers and leaving the ice rod behind if it's the other way.
Correct. And I forgot there was a Turtle Rock small key there. That can actually be very beneficial for Xirtanul.
Yeah, and as soon as he gets this Smith chain completed, he's gonna go to Ice Palace for sure. He got that fully in logic, and then gets his Total Rock big key in the big chest in Ice. So his path will will pretty much be clear.
Yes, he'll have to isolate one chest, the vanilla big key chest. But if he does that, he'll be able to full clear the rest of Turtle Rock.
And also, he can check the magic bed right here. We didn't see that on PlasmaKappa. He's gonna get his fire up soon.
Yes, having to do it the hard way, but it works.
That's a bit unfortunate. Dark rooms and Key Sanity sometimes don't show you the items, and PlasmaKappa was just looking for which item he just got. Gotta be a little bit careful using this blue goo. Will make sense.
Yes, and just to refresh everybody, that first item was actually a green potion. We'll be happy about that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, he has to do it like this. I was gonna say, did he leave purple chest? But no, he's got to save and quit to get back.
Yeah, it's not too often that you don't have the mirror and inverted. This is usually an item you will see pretty often, but when you get the flute and the mids, it technically you can technically work around everything besides and every mirror location, which is, I think, is there only Bumper Ledge, if I remember, which is hard mirror locked in Verda?
Bumper Ledge and Swamp Palace, I believe, are the only hard requirements for mirror.
Yeah.
But just like King's Tomb and Titan's Myths being the only requirement for those, irregardless of the requirements, they are still such valuable items for routing.
So I think what we can definitely say is that GT is going to be just going up the mountain. We will not need anything in GT besides if you want to have like silver arrows,
Well,
but you know, if you take them on the way, okay, but you're not going to go down the gauntlet.
All right, I confirmed this time. Swamp is a crystal. I see. I looked right at it this time.
Yeah, I was waiting for this a long time, and then I walked watch. I'm glad I'm.
That means we will have to have that mirror.
And also, we have to have that Swamp Small key, which can basically be anywhere, even vanilla.
Yes, definitely. We're missing a few keys at this point.
So
all right, don't
just
blink.
Yeah, I just want to say there's this boss which I heard of.
Well, there was.
Dang, I had to sneeze and I missed it again. That's so unfortunate.
Do have to say welcome, Raiders, to the show. Sit back and enjoy.
Yes, this is the only race we got today. We got another race, I think tomorrow, but not recently. Or a day
As far
later,
as I know, we have Wednesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll have another race each day on those two for Challenge Cup, linked to the past randomizer.
All right, Zernal close to pick up his GT Bicky.
gotta go pay off a fish. I wonder what Zora's doing with all these rupees anyway.
Alright. And now this is gonna be interesting. PlasmaKappa is now gonna go into... And he's got his fire source, so he might skip the right side and just finish this dungeon. He's gonna get that cane on the torch. And is basically in almost item go mode. Just the mirror left, item-wise.
Yep, he's gonna get that big chest as well, so maybe there's an important key in there.
And again, all those keys for the dungeon could be in that spot. Even the Desert Petal small key, that would be awful for Xirtanul. So we were talking about Xirtanul having a clear path. I think the same is for Plasma. He's gonna see that cane. He's just got his third Turtle Rock small key. He's gonna say, yep, I don't have the lamp, and I'm just gonna go Turtle Rock after this. And luckily he finds the lamp in there, so makes total sense.
Yes, at this point we're finally starting to even our runners out a little bit. Well, that was just 10 sticks.
So whatever Landmolus has for us, this specific key or item will not lock the Desert's Palace Small, because we technically need that to have Landmolus in logic.
Correct, but it could be any one of those other keys we're missing, such as maybe Thieves' Town Big Key, which I'm very surprised we haven't seen yet.
I feel like the main thing we have to find is the Swamp Small Key, and everything else is going to be in Swamp. And of course the mirror. I mean, what if Xirtanul unfortunately made himself a pedestal seat because that's small?
You know, I had a friend in a private for fun race yesterday that did just that with a Turtle Rock small key, so... It's funny you mentioned that.
Alright, here comes Landmolus. Not the nicest of patterns.
No, it still gets a pretty quick clean kill. Ooh!
Oh my goodness. Alright, we know there's no Desert Palace small key in Swamp.
Oh man.
That is massive.
That could almost put that key in maybe somewhere else in Turtle Rock.
I mean, as we said, it could be pedestal. Or, you know, we have that... Oh my god, we had that Hera basement key for so long.
Right. Got Big Chest and Armus Knights and Eastern, and we have Misery Mire too. Oh wait, no, that was checked out.
But we have Vidi in logic.
Yeah,
so...
we did pick up that big key too. Man.
Oh
all
my
of these choices do not sound nice.
So this Desert Palace small key might be a deciding fact, but we're gonna see. Nothing's over yet. We're just speculating. It could be just on the way somewhere, like in Turtle Rock or something in the big chest.
Right. Once again, rando's never over till go mode, and sometimes not even then. Got a very nice bomb jump setup going on for Xirtanul. Does just barely miss it though. I think he might not be far enough over. Oh, nope, he wasn't.
Nope. But luckily this is gonna be in his favor, so he can't miss out on that big. So maybe this was a fortunate thing to have.
Yes.
And he didn't even do the bomb jump, so it made sense actually to not go this way because he can just go up right there. He just needs that one chest. He's got 2 keys and he just needs one. He's got the kind of. That's why I wouldn't be surprised to see the other Ice Palace small key in GT, which sounds weird, but if you have the Canvas of Mario and the hookshot, you just need one small key to have everything in logic for Ice Palace, because you can use that cane to open up that door down there.
Did you see what Plasma just picked up in Turtle Rock's big chest?
I did not.
That was our Thieves Town big key. That's another one off the list.
All right, that's good to see. All right, what also could happen is like you find a desert. So what I'm a little bit scared of is that, I don't know, so that 4th small key for Turtle Rock needs to be in logic right now. Everything on Trinex or in this is, I mean, imagine the lava chest has the desert small key and the last, I don't know, Turtle Rock key is in swamp. That would be awkward.
Well, we've also got the entirety of Thieves Town open now, so because that big chest was accessible without any keys.
Yeah, but still, blind is not officially in logic. We still need that small key for these. And there's the powder. All right. Wait.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, that couldn't be the desert key either, because Lammo had the mirror. That's how we got there. Could be swamps, though. And that Thieves Small could even be in Thieves.
And I think, if I remember correctly, xirtanul used 2 of his small keys in Turtle Rock, right? When he first...
He did use 2 of his keys. He did not find the 3rd one until he went to the digging game afterwards.
Yeah, he's got the powder, so he does have 1 more small key. I hope for him that, like, this 4th Turtle Rock small key is not behind the Desert Palace small key, which basically means behind the.
Well, I mean, regardless with that mirror behind it. Ouch.
Or let's say, I don't know, Desert Palace small keys is on the laser bridges, and he could get there with 3 Turtle Rock small keys, of course. Get that mirror, get into swamp.
Hey,
get the last small
there it was.
Oh no. And the swamp small key. Is this kid?
What all does this imply, too?
Wait,
did he just skip the entire chest?
Yeah, I think he's
That's
in go
not go mode, is it?
He doesn't need the T-Stomp small key. He got the swamp small key. He knows where the pot big key is. He's in go.
You're right.
There's only one thing I'm concerned. I don't know how many keys for pod PlasmaKappa, because he went into pod and he find the fire rod.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. That would be the only holdup.
So I'm kind of expecting Swamp having the small key, the 4th small key for Turtle.
Hey, guess you got a 0 cycle Trinex, by the way.
Yes, I love you, Plasma. I love you.
Just barely misses the perfect 2nd cycle of Trinex, but I mean, it was still clean.
Yeah, it was super clean. I would take that any day. And the silver, oh my god, the silver arrows. What a convenient way to find.
So we had, what, 3 required keys in Turtle Rock, silver arrows, lamp. What else? Turtle Rock having the value.
Yeah, can we call it Hype Turtle Rock today? I think that's a fair.
Hype Rock, coin it, copyright it.
All right, I'm fine with that. Definitely. Nothing on Vicious, unfortunately.
Man, oh man, xirtanul, go back to Turtle Rock.
I don't know. Do you want him to go there? Because, you know, what if the Turtle Rock key is somewhere else, easy to accept?
Well, that's if as long as he skips the vanilla big key chest, he could go through and be okay
He
and
did
get all the
check that
keys he needs.
because no, he checked it because there was the powder and he went there in the first place.
Did he?
Yeah, he's got the powder. He checked the magic bat.
So then which door did he skip? Because he only had 2 keys when he went, I swear.
He didn't check any. He opened 2. He got 1 from the pokey, and he didn't have the mirror at that point. And he got the third small key of Turtle Rock after the digging.
Yeah, he got it after he went, so he should still have 1 in his pocket technically.
No, you open the first door. You get the oh no. Yeah, he didn't have the mirror. Remember, he didn't come from the other side. No, wait. Actually, he should have a small key.
Yeah, so he should have enough to get to Laser Bridge, but not necessarily to Trinex.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
He has to do that at this point to get that Desert Small and the Swamp Small.
So he definitely has to get the 4th small key for Turtle Rock, no matter what. Because that Desert Palace small key is on Laser Bridge, so behind 3 Turtle Rock small keys, and the mirror is on oh my god, okay. Just a small key to Evil Spain. And I just want to finish the mirrors on Landmolus. So yeah, I'm pretty much expecting the progression for the 4th Turtle Rock key being in
It's gotta be Swamp. There's only a couple more options left in Thieves Town. It's probably in Swamp. And that means if it is in Swamp, that required you to double dip both, or at least double dip Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, by logic, Turtle Rock had to be double dipped anyway since the land. But yeah, this is an awkward seat if you sequence break the Desert Palace small. And wow. The vanilla smoky. I didn't see that on Plasma's side.
I think xirtanul's gonna go check the sewer's chest.
I think so, yes. He's got the lamp. It's unlocked. Well, Tala, in this particular seat, not. And, well, you can argue. So, we didn't know if Desert was a crystalline. I think I like that play more when it is a pendant, because you don't want to go back to the boss. Unfortunately, it happened to be not the correct play, and, you know, Rando, if you make a gamble like that, and it's not a mistake, but not the right play or the best play, Rando can punish you significantly hard.
Right, the same play in 2 different seeds can be entire opposites. I think xirtanul's heading back to truck.
Alright, Go Mode Swamp is always feeling great. Ooh, interesting pod small. So this pod small key was technically needed to get the fire rod. That's gonna get confusing if I think about logic things about now. Because to have that dark maze and logic, you need to have all small keys. Although with bomb jumping and just skipping the first key door, we can just use it with 5 or even 4 keys. But man, that logic.
Yeah, our logic today is a real mess.
Alright, so there we see it. Xirtanul has the small key. He's gonna go for the big chest and hope for the best. Maybe we still have one more chest. Maybe there is this dream of having a vanilla small key in that chest. Or a French vanilla small card, rather. Nice bomb right there. Alright, Xirtanul's on the way to the laser bridge. We didn't see anything in Swamp, of course, although we know the big key is on the left, and that's why PlasmaKappa is going to go for that.
Yeah, the one feel bad part of Swamp is even with Go Mode, we're still going to left side.
Well, left side is not too big of an issue as long as you know what's in it. Even if it is progression. Okay, if you know there's progression, you know, okay, your opponent has to do the same. So it's not a big problem. It feels pretty bad, but knowing everybody has to do it is equal to just knowing actually it is not being required.
Definitely. A mistake in rando only becomes a mistake if your opponent did not make that same decision. And we do not have a Turtle Rock Small.
Oh, that feels super bad. So imagine you're Xirtanul, you're finding the swamp smoke, you're finding the desert smoke, and you're thinking, all right, I guess I'm going to go to desert now. Then you see that mirror, and I think you're starting to sweat.
Yeah, he's got to wonder, did my opponent steal that key too?
Alright, I wonder if our Argus has the the fourth smoke key of Turtle. It could happen. That's at least the only item we will see in Swamp on PlasmaKappa's side.
I, for one, hope at least either he does or Helmasaur does. I mean, if nothing else, a little bit of closure on knowing where that little key was.
So after finishing Argus, dear Seto, we have that fun little game. Can you tell me something about it?
Well, I can mention that it's in this key sanity, and we already have the key, so I'm kind of sad we don't get to play the game.
And I hope you just say yes, and I could win with 0.
I've done that before, and I got called out.
Some people fall for the trap.
Right. Yeah. Nonetheless, this is going to be a very quick climb up the tower. Blue
I didn't
mail,
see.
butter
I didn't
sword.
see what. Oh, he has to finish Helmasaur. I forgot about that.
Yes. But that's just a straight walk back. And that's assuming he's... Okay, yeah, he should have enough small keys. They have a fourth one now. And there is xirtanul's mirror.
Tali, yes, definitely. In any mode, you have to get all 4 small keys because the door before Trinex or before the switch rooms from Trinex is a key door, and you could waste all keys and leave that door open. So yeah, the game expects you to have all 4 keys. Alright, Xirtanul's got his bad message with the mirror.
At least all the crazy hunting is done for him.
Kind of. I mean, we could get extremely trolly. I mean, let's be honest. Thiefstone Small Key is not available, at least for him right now, and that big chest could have a Turtle Rock Small. And we're still looking for Hera Basement.
God, yeah, he's got to get another Turtle Rock key still, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the mirror though from and he's got the pixel, but couldn't dash right.
Yeah, unfortunately, even if you nail it perfectly, if the enemies in the room do not want to agree with you.
So we definitely can say PlasmaKappa has a big advantage because he's in go mode. He's just gonna finish his last crystal dungeon. Xirtanul still has to get that one small key, and we have no idea where it is.
Man, all the damage it did this time just to steal that desert small key. And normally it's a play I agree with wholeheartedly, so...
Well, I think I'm gonna take this as a lesson again. Don't do that, or for me. Oh wait, there's a. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh!
I mean, it's not too trolly, but oh man.
Well, there's my closure.
Oh Jesus! So, oh my God, the logic expects you to have all 6 pod keys at this point, and I assume there's a pod key in Swamp Palace, maybe even in Hera, or I don't know, have Hera Basement like the Swamp big key and get that big chest of Swamp pod small key or something ridiculous.
I don't know. I've done given up trying to think this logic out today, man.
I'm sure Xirtanul will have some nightmares about that small key in desert, which is.
Well, I, for one, can't wait for these interviews.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, that's why Mommy says don't steal anything, right?
You know, I don't ever skip the Meyer cutscene chest anymore for just such a reason.
So the logic, I was just thinking about logic things. The logic wanted us to get the 2 Turtle Rock, or even 3 Turtle Rock small. and to get later the desert small key, to get the mirror, and to get every, I don't know, pod small key wherever the others are, and the fire rod back in pod. Oh my god, this is disgusting.
On a positive note, we're heading up GT now, so this mess is almost over.
For sure.
At least for Plasma.
You wish you could ask xirtanul to just finish pod at least, so he could get a breather, but I totally understand going to swamp.
Well, he's got to do swamp. That pig key's in here, remember?
Oh yeah, for sure. You're totally correct. I already forget about. Thanks, Geese.
I don't blame you for forgetting part of this giant logic disaster.
See,
There's
that's
a required pod key.
Yeah, I think he still needs one more, at least for logic reasons. But you know, we can skip one door in the front with the Bollock. So. But yeah, I think that's why the seat gave us 2 ins for the pod big key, because everybody could forget that. Alright, Lamb Molars 2. Getting a little out of the way.
Our land molas are not behaving themselves this time around. Right, Plasma coming up on the torch room and should be entering the final floors here very shortly. Meanwhile, xirtanul's still just kicking through. Is this?
Oh my land! I mean, for sure you're gonna finish pod before you go back.
Imagine though if that was our logically required 6th pod key.
Oh man. I mean, technically we just have 2 small kill skull woods. No wait, there are only 2. There are not 3.
Yeah, the 3rd one technically is located in Skull Woods.
Yeah, okay. So will we get that Molom 2 chest? Let's see. I don't think
After
so,
this
but
mess,
you know.
please.
There we go.
Vanilla.
I mean, to be fair, what should have been? We only have the Hera big key left. We did see the Eastern big key. We did see everything else, I think. Maybe the Swamp Palace big key or something.
They could have gave us like a mushroom.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like immediately, okay, quit your climb, go turn it in. Forget Aggie too.
Technically, actually, this is an Aga seed, because we have that small key from GT. I mean, you're never gonna see an Aga seed if you have a small key on the pad, but at least not for GT. But technically, it is. All right, in 1 hour 37 minutes and 58 seconds, we're entering the fight. To fight the.
That's really not a bad time at all for being an inverted key sanity either.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more faster inverted key sanity, specifically with these layouts. I think we have to take a big shout outs to things like hammer jumping, bomb jumping in general, and not having to go for logic and stuff.
Right, and there was that cameo appearance of that cape too.
There's his last small key in the waterfall chest. All right, Turtle Rock is now accessible for sure.
Yes,
As
there
soon
was
as
what 3 pod keys in Swamp technically, including the big.
At least 2, yes.
2 smalls and a big key.
I mean, every small key of that was locking not just the Turtle Rock small key, but the fire rod and part of technically.
And with that, looks like PlasmaKappa has finished.
Yeah, let's see that we can get those runners for an interview. And that is it for PlasmaKappa. All right, I hope he's gonna come for an interview.
I do not have confirmation as of yet, but I would assume so.
I did it. I asked him to come, and he said yes. So I think he's gonna come to the waiting rooms. But get your GGs for PlasmaKappa, and also get your GGs when xirtanul is finished, because he had a tough time during this seed. I think I really want to hear about his thoughts as well.
Yes, and follow those links in chat. Make sure both these runners get a follow. Dug through a maze of craziness today.
He's gonna be mad, I think, certainly, when he sees that small key for Turtle.
I don't know. I might be actually kind of happy to know that I didn't have to dig for it again after this. All right, and it looks like at this point xirtanul is going to be heading back to take on his Helmasaur.
Alright, he's now on the way to Helmsor, get his last Turtle Rock. He's finally at. Yeah, and PlasmaKappa is coming soon, and I heard from xirtanul that he is ready for an interview soon. Alright, and PlasmaKappa is in the waiting room, so I hope we can pull him. And there he is. Congrats on the win, PlasmaKappa. GG.
GG. Send fire source.
So, do you know what a hell of a seed that was if you did one specific?
I believe it has something to do with the DP small key.
I guess you guys talked already about it.
Man.
So, yeah, that Desert Palace small. But generally, what do you think about the seed?
Oh, well. Like, I only ran past the flute, like, twice. And it was like, here's the book, and the DP big key from somewhere. I'm sure a fire source will turn up somewhere in the next 4 dungeons. Eventually.
I think you had that fire up before the lamp, right?
Oh yeah, that was in the back of pod. Well, you had to take the cane from the desert torch, take it all the way up to TR, and get the lamp from TR.
Yeah, that's what xirtanul did.
Yeah, it was like, I'm sure there's a fire source somewhere else.
So Hyrule Castle did show us that they're really training soldiers, giving you 2 sword upgrades, right?
Oh yeah, it was very nice very nice, and helped cement the ice palace into rest of water stuff. They didn't have much of anything to avoid dying in Ice Palace, green mail, and no safeties. Butter sword means I probably won't die.
Yeah, both your sword upgrades, tempered and butter sword in escape. How'd you guys feel about that one?
Like, well, time to kill myself. Check the dark cross chest and go to ice. Especially since I think I also picked up 500 in there. Or nice.
So we were really curious about that mirror and that swamp small key. It ended up in super trolley locations if you did that play with stealing the piece.
Oh yeah. This seems like a bit of a nightmare and a half. Go all the way up. All the way up to TR, then back down.
Meanwhile, xirtanul was on his way to Trinex. Gonna do the oh no, he ran into. And by the way, PlasmaKappa, I love you for doing 0 cycle Trinex.
He was very happy with that.
Thank you. Where I actually get that, the proper 0 cycle.
Yes. So to answer a question in chat, logic means the seed or the game expects you to open every door and using every item in the worst possible location. So it considers if there are 2 doors and you have 1 key, there's nothing behind those doors blocking a second key, if you understand what I mean.
It also assumes that you cannot per se do dark rooms without the lantern in hand. Stuff like that. Stuff like issues like minor glitches can't cover. You'd need like flippers to get in the ice palace, although a glitch could get you in. Logic would still dictate that you'd need it.
And like at this seed, if you have the fire rod in Dark Palace where you have to have the lamp, you can get that fire rod without the lamp, but you know that this fire rod is never blocking the lamp.
Of course, it's key sanity logic, so I stopped trying to make sense of it around 5 minutes in.
Makes sense.
To be fair, I kind of gave up on the logic too. This one was crazy.
Yep.
I do have to say, you guys diverged quite significantly in this match. You guys had very different sets of items at very different times.
Oh, interesting.
It was very hard to find a definite leader in this match up till close to the very end, even when the desert small key thing became obvious.
Yeah, we were pretty confused. You went into the laser bridge, and suddenly you skipped a chest, and I was like, "Wait, what is he still looking for? He technically just needs a thief down small key. He's in go mode, right?" And then you were actually in go mode, and suddenly in 130 something or 20 something, I don't know. This was a pretty fast inverted key sanity.
Yeah, it was 116 or something. I just saw Swamp Small and was like, okay, I'm done.
And by the way, that Thieves Down Small Key was in, I think it's the vanilla compass chest and swamp, the one where you have to go.
Oh.
Yes, in addition, there were 2 more pod small keys in Swamp Palace as well.
I know, because I killed the things by accident because I can't remember that I had the key in the first place. Although getting a second pod small key was probably actually faster. Because I could just go through the front door.
Funny enough, that small key for pod was in the room with the waterfall, so it was technically on your. But I understand totally. When you see in Key Sanity you're in go mode, you really want to just go mode and be finished with Key Sanity.
Oh yeah, maybe if I was lacking silvers, but the game was nice and gave me silvers.
Xirtanul having a little bit of trouble with Landmolus too. Gonna get that soon. Both need one hit.
Yeah, the Lambo 2 today was not behaving really for anybody.
And he did a nice spin, hitting both of them at the same.
When does Landmo 2 ever behave?
So I was just looking up for your second game, which is in 2 days. This is also inverted key sanity on hard mode for pedestal. Are you guys crazy playing these kind of?
I was like, okay, I'll just pick this, and I want it, and
So basically, in one race, you play key sanity for 7 crystal, and now you play key sanity for 3 pendant.
Yeah. I have to finish what we started.
It's basically a long-term key sanity all dungeon.
I'm gonna ask xirtanul this, but I wonder if he's gonna say yes or no. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I want to ask him if he's gonna steal that key in Desert Palace. I mean, it could have worked.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, it was just very unfortunate that this time it backfired.
So, is there anything you want to say about the seed or about your next match?
Oh, well, I want to continue the streak of inverted keys.
I mean, it is a fun mode, and it is probably more, I'd say, forgiving than regular inverted, as we talked about that a short time at the start of the seed, to have like blind and logic. You don't just need the big key, you also need the small keys. Same with Morphula, you need all the 3 small keys for Skyward, so you more often get light rail access than having to do required boss with low hearts.
Oh yeah. I'd rather not bet on that usually.
And there goes Aga 2 for the.
Yep, heading on to the pig fight.
So actually, this is still gonna get sub 2 hours, and that seed felt like a 2.5 hour seed, like for the item locations where all the all the trolleys things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I also spent like 20 minutes wondering if I'd left something in Mimic Cave.
Already in phase 2, using the hookshot to perfection. Oh yeah, those boosts were actually super early. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you go there immediately, which I didn't. Well, just almost immediately. Just good enough.
Even giving you 2 hints for the pot big. Did you get that second one?
Oh yeah, it's in Eastern.
Yeah. All right. And now into phase 4. Ooh, taking a death. That's hard. All right. No problem. You're still on the way to sub 2 hours. I think that's fair.
Yeah, it should still be sub 2.
I mean, if Ganon starts liking to teleport, certain things can happen, but I don't. The seeds are created by the runners themselves in the Discord. We have a command to create the seeds. And both runners have to not just create the seeds with a comment, but to send this seed to themselves directly. So only they get the seed, and the bot confirms that these are the 2 runners. I think that's how it works. But
Yeah,
at
you
least
put
it looks like
put in a list of different choices for your seed, and then you use both the users' names, and the actual Discord will send it to you personally. And then you guys can use the code to match and make sure you guys have the same seed, just in case the bot decided to derp on you.
And there goes the pig for xirtanul. Get your GGs in chat. He did a great job.
Yes, GG's to both runners.
Finishing
Both
with an
sub 2 hours.
Yeah, finishing it off with an official SRL time of 1 hour 56 minutes and 29 seconds. GG xirtanul, and I think and hope we're getting him for an interview if he's got a. And he's also in the waiting room, so let's get him in. And GG xirtanul.
Good game.
Good game.
I have a slight feeling that you did not use a certain, key in Desert Palace.
Oh, nope.
And I have the feeling that you will not take those key one more time back to the start, or do you consider it?
Well, the worst part is, I think during the last Key Sandy game or World Cup, whatever, I used that key twice, and I lost both matches because of that key. So I was like, well, what can happen? And then I read that Desert Palace was a red crystal. I was like, oh god, not again.
Third time is a charm, I guess.
Oh dear. Well,
So, so what do you think in general of that seed? This was pretty interesting logic-wise. It was confusing as.
I think overall the seed wasn't all that bad because, well, as soon as you got one of the two fire sources in either Pod or T-Rock, you could go kill Lanmo and you got your mirror, which basically opened up the rest of the.
Yeah, but that Desert Palace small key, you had to take. So you had the problem here in this the seed, I think, was for you that you didn't have the mirror, which you had to use 3 Turtle Rock keys for to get the mirror, which was lock-in, the 4th key, of course.
Sounds like a thing.
Yeah, if you want to play a really good seed, I suggest you just steal the small key in Desert Palace on this one and run it again. You'll have like an entirely different feeling.
Yeah, and I was talking to PlasmaKappa to it. You guys are gonna go for the same stuff, but just not for 7 crystals, but for 3 pendants in 2 days. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct.
It's
Well,
definitely going to be a
though,
very interesting game too. I'll give you guys that much.
I'm probably knowing my luck. We're probably going to find like the last big key in Jet Ganon Tower or something, validation chest.
Oof.
Sounds fun.
Would not be the first time I've seen that exact same thing happen in this challenge cup.
Well, at least I hope it's not the Desert small key if you stole the key for your pendant Desert.
And well, in the pedestal, I don't really do all that kind of stuff. I generally try to follow logic as much as possible because it, well, 9 out of 10 times it kind of rewards.
I see. So, I mean, you got the boots early, and you got 2 swords in Castle Tower. Oh, sorry, Hyrule Castle. That had to feel good.
Yeah, that felt really good. I think we had Gold Sword in under 15 minutes or something ridiculous. That was just really.
Yes, something like that.
But I mean, this seed was really heavy on items early on, but keys were extremely hard to find. And maps as well, until we entered Palace of Maps, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of a common thing to see keys be real trolly and key sanity have 4 or 5 left when you've hit item go mode.
Yep, but I do have to say the biggest relief I had was when I read Pedestal and it actually didn't say this one has the Desert Palace small key.
Yeah, we were talking about that. On the other hand, we were kind of sweating because you had that Herald small key for such a long time, and that could have been also an awkward way to get your Desert small.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for the Hera play because I still had one unknown crystal somewhere and I still didn't have the big key. So just go back all the way for the seller just wasn't worth it for me.
Makes total sense. And then inverted, it's super hard to get there in the first place since you have to take the portal up there and go with the hammer and stuff.
Yes, it's quite possibly one of the worst, most out of the way checks you can really make.
Oh yeah, wasn't coming back there. Or to Mimic Cave.
So for everyone who wants to know which kinds of games are you scheduled yet, we have 3 games actually in 2 days. 3 p.m. Eastern is Frostbite versus Nylene. Is that still correct? I think I saw one game was changed. Was it yours, Xirtanul and PlasmaKappa?
Oh yeah.
It was.
So yours changed to when exactly?
Wednesday, 5 p.m.
All right, I see. So yeah, you got that on 5 p.m. Right after this, after the Frostbite Nalin match, and after you guys, we have Kisamo versus the Cutsman at 9 p.m. Eastern. By the way, those guys, open swordless defeat Ganon expert. That is something to watch as well.
Okay, prepare for 5 hours.
Yeah, that Wednesday looks like a juicy render day, to be fair.
Expert is always really fun to watch.
And
I'm
there he is.
probably gonna see if
Congrats
I
on the
can
win,
make it.
PlasmaKappa. GG.
Yeah,
Yeah, but first of all, you guys get your match, and I'm totally looking forward to that as
So I really hope that's one we can get up on the restreams, because that will be one interesting matchup.
That's really late for me, so I have to ask my restreamers. But I will, so maybe we're lucky.
Yeah, hopefully we get lucky. Unfortunately, our other restreamers are gone for the week, so.
Yep. Alrighty then. Great seed, great game. Short seed for Inverted Keysanity. And still a 2-hour 20 stream. So yeah, I hope everyone in here enjoyed it. Shoutouts again to the players, to Seto and Ravers for doing the commentary, for Tale for doing the tracking. Also, Tale, what is this drawing you did with the tracker items on PlasmaKappa's side about?
on both sides. Oh no, on the right side.
Citadel just says GG, but that's supposed to mean key? Really?
Oh, interesting. All right.
It's like Tale's trademark at this point.
But if that
I
means
can't see it.
that's supposed to mean key, all right then, I guess.
I think Amos has to be lightened up, but otherwise, and the boots probably. Well, that looks pretty good.
Okay then.
Yes.
All right. Still amazing game, amazing match, and we'll be back hopefully for game 2. Beforehand, we'll have game 3 of Frostbite with the Snailene on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys will be back then, and until then, have a good one. Have a nice day, a nice evening, wherever you are right now. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
Enjoy.